What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. Still trying to process the past few days with the death of Keith David, and I mean Peter David. Sorry, it's really kind of still bothering me a lot, and and this kind of helped with that situation. And we now have been given the final reveal of the Marvel DC crossover that was announced. And I'm gonna be honest, the characters I wasn't expecting. From Marvel, no. From DC, yes, because they are so far up this character's booktookus, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so Marvel and DC are bringing us this October, I believe, or September, I believe. We are getting Deadpool and Batman. That's right, folks. The Merc with a Mouth and the Dark Knight come together. Not what I was expecting. I was not expecting this because I just did not see that. I read this and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's different. Why Deadpool? Why Deadpool? And the way I kind of come about it is maybe, because of Deadpool's status quo has kind of risen in the ranks of Marvel because a lot has to do with the films. He's now becoming more of a public figure and more recognizable figure than he has ever been. And I'm like, okay. And Batman is Batman. DC will whore him out more than any other character, and that's just sad. I'm sorry, it is. I'm sorry, Batman fan. I'm a Batman fan myself, but let's be real. He gets whored out, prostituted out more than any character. So the story of this one-shot crossover entitles that the Merc with a Mouth, Deadpool, was hired a job in Gotham. And of course, when you come to Gotham, who you gonna run into? Batman. That's the synopsis so far. Who's writing it? Believe it or not, Zeb Wells. And I read the article. I read the article from Entertainment Weekly, and they talked to Zeb Wells. And Zeb Wells has said after his intended 60-issue run on Spider-Man, he was going to take a huge break. And from there, he was going to take a break. They called him and said, "Hey, you want to write this Deadpool Batman crossover?" And he took it real quick. Now, having said that, I saw Zeb Wells, myself and Mr. Multi, we saw Zeb Wells at this year's MegaCon, and I'm gonna be real with you guys, he did look burnt out. He just looked burnt out, like lack of strength, lack of excitement, enthusiasm. Even when nobody was really coming to his booth, and that's sad because he's not a bad writer. He was just given a task that is not his own with Spider-Man. The real enemies of Spider-Man is the editorial. Because you can't do this, you can't do that, they don't want you doing this. So it's not his fault. But when I saw him at MegaCon, he just looked disheveled and burnt out. But I did come and say, "How you doing, Mr. Wells?" Just to say, hey, give him respect, But to see him come back for this is great. Now, who's going to be the artist? Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo is doing the artwork for the Deadpool and Batman crossover. I love Greg Capullo's artwork. Great. It's going to be, I don't think I've ever seen him draw. Has he drawn Deadpool before? I could be wrong. Correct me on that. But it's going to be really cool to see. Now, what does that mean? Is there going to be another one? Yes. No, in November, On the DC side of things, they're gonna do another one, and it's still gonna pertain to Batman and Deadpool. The title's gonna be switched. It's gonna be called Batman Deadpool, and Grant Morrison is writing that one with artwork by Dan Mora. I love Dan Mora's artwork. Good shit. Grant Morrison writing Deadpool and Batman is going to be freaking interesting indeed. Very, very, very interesting indeed. And I kind of like this. And then the article also goes on to say that next year they're going to do another. The question is, who will be the characters? I'm hoping it's Superman. Maybe Wonder Woman. I don't know. Maybe Flash. I just want them to do more crossover, because at the end of the day, this is something that we as fans have been wanting from these two, from the big two, to put their egos aside, stop having the dick measuring contest, and work together again like they used to do back in the 90s. How many times that we were saying, man, I wish Marvel and DC would work together like they did in the 90s. And then you could say also, well, but Chris, it was the 90s. The industry wasn't booming as it was, but still, we had so many great crossovers back then. Not just from Marvel and DC, but from Marvel and DC and other companies as well. The point about it is, this was not what I expected, but I'm hyped for it because it should be interesting. I wish Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo and Grant Morrison and Dan Mora have all the fun. Let's have some fun. Have some fun. I said fun like 3 times, people. Let's do this. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. You guys tell me in the comment section below, what do you think about the reveal of the Marvel DC crossover? Batman, Deadpool, Deadpool and Batman. I'm down. Let's go. I want to hear from you. And with that being said, deuces.